What is up, ATG traders? This is Moya and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with the continuation of spike catching strategies, right? Remember I did part 1. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's there on my channel. I did it last Friday and this is part 2, right? So I promise that it's a continuous series. I'm gonna help you in every possible way to catch that spike. Now, you know I really go out of my way to make these videos, so kindly click the like button and your subscribe button, right? So this one is pretty simple to do, but very hard to identify, right? So you will need to pay a little bit close attention and watch the video up to the end, right? So it's called we'll be using divergence. I think most of you know what that is, but to diverge is probably to go in opposite directions, right? So we're just going to install one indicator. It's a default indicator. It comes on your computer or phone. So this strategy works both on your PC and on your phone, right? So I'm gonna go on insert indicators, then I'm gonna choose oscillators, then I need the relative strength index, which is the RSI. So yours might come with default of 13, just change it to 14, and then the color, you may choose the color of your choice, and then apply to close, right? And then on your phone, I think it will ask you levels. You just put level 30, level 70, but on your PC it will come with on your computer it will come with the default 30 and 70, but on your phone you have to change that, and then everything else you just leave it like that. Okay, so I'm gonna click OK, and then there it is. So I'm just gonna adjust my screen because I don't really need this much of it, and I'm gonna zoom out up to this point, which is the maximum, right? So that I can clearly see what I'm working on. So you might as well do the same even on your phone, right? Now the only thing that we are left with now is catching the spikes, right? And with this one you'll be using your main chart and your indicator section, that is your RSI and your candlesticks, right? Okay, so we're on for this video I'm gonna be using two examples, boom 500 and boom and crash 1000. So I'll be in my 1 minute time frame, and you use this strategy in your 1 minute time frame, right? So what you want to do is you want to identify a divergence, right? We want to identify a divergence. That's how this strategy works. That's how you are able to catch the spikes. You need to trade when there is a divergence, right? So how do you identify a divergence, or what is it basically? So basically a divergence is when your charts are going, it's when your charts or one of your tools is going this way, right, and the other one is going this way. That's a divergence. Remember we said from the ordinary dictionary meaning it means things that are going in the opposite direction, right? So that's the divergence we are looking for. So how does it work? There are rules to this thing, right? So first of all, for boom, this applies to boom 500 and boom 1000. You need to have a spike before, something like this before, right? And as soon as price starts to reach the previous peak, as soon as price starts to reach the previous peak, then you need to draw a line there, to draw just a line, a simple line. Okay, maybe something like, let's say this is our peak. I have a simple line like this. As soon as this price, sorry, this is boom, right? So price is going the other way, right? So our peak was this, and I draw a line like this. So as soon as price starts to reach this peak, I need to check for a divergence on my charts, right? Okay, so I had a couple examples that I had done before. Let's check crash 1000, right? So this is what happens with crash. It crashes going down, right? And then price starts pushing up. Price starts pushing up like this, right? And what you are looking for is something like this. Let me check it for you. First of all, you have your peak formed here. Let me use that different. Like I said, this is a pretty difficult strategy to identify, but once you identify the levels, then you're good to go. So first of all, you have to identify a peak. A peak, which is this one from crash, right? And you draw a straight line. Continuous straight line can even go up to this level or anyway, but for the purpose of this example, I'll just leave it somewhere here. Now, once price starts to reach this level of the previous peak, what you need to do is now is check your RSI for the divergence. Divergence, remember we said when the main chart is going this way, we expect a divergence of this, right? So the same thing happens. Price is pushing up and you are looking for a divergence like this, right? So you simply draw a straight line on the peak formed because of this spike. You draw a straight line. If the price is below this straight line, it means there's a divergence, right? If it were to be above, then it would go like this, right? And it doesn't become a divergence because both are pushing up, right? So simply say, if it's below your line, you can even slant it if you want like this, but it's easier just to draw a straight line like this and say, if my RSI is still below this straight line from my peak, then it simply means my price is diverging downwards and this side is pushing up. And your entry will be when price reaches this point, the previous peak. That will be your entry. Maybe let's look at another example. This is going to be a little bit confusing, but okay, let me show you what a divergence is not, right? So here I have a peak, right? I draw my straight line, price reaches my straight line, but I go also on my RSI, I draw my straight line. Can you see something? They are both pushing up, right? Which means it's not a divergence. And as you can see, there was no spike for quite a long time. I hope you understood that part. Okay. Here I think I had an example. I draw my peak like this, and I see price is approaching my peak, and I also draw another one here. I see price is approaching my peak. This is not a proper divergence, although my RSI is still below, but okay, yeah, it's actually below. This one is not a straight line. Now it's straight. My RSI is below, my price is approaching my previous peak, then I enter into a sell to get these spikes. I don't know if I'm able to explain this thoroughly, but that is what divergence is. So you have to keep looking for where these divergence. Okay, here there was a divergence. I have my peak. Price is approaching my peak. From the main chart. Also here, I draw another straight line on the peak. My RSI is below. My RSI is below. I simply enter into a sell, right? So you can be doing. I'm just using my eyes to identify these things, but you can be drawing lines everywhere on every peak that you see, and also check this peak corresponds to this one. Check your RSI is still below, which is fine. You can enter the sell. What you don't want is when your RSI is above, right? So you can do this for as many. You can still check where I suspect that there was a divergence. There was a divergence. It could have entered. So this is considered one of the most accurate. Sorry. Okay, let's go to boom this time. This time we're looking below. Okay. So basically I'll just see my peak like this. Price approached. This peak corresponds to this one. Okay. My straight line. Price. My RSI is still above. Yes. Which means it qualifies for the peak, and you can see the peak happened. But it was a small one from my entry point. My entry point would be this one. Then you can see it was a slight peak. So I don't know if I have explained enough on this. If you did not understand, I think you need you can contact me. I can try and help you. Same thing. I identify my peak like this. This peak corresponds to this one. I draw my straight line below. My RSI is still above. Then I know as price is approaching this, I can enter into a buy because there's going to be a divergence. Right. So you can go on and on and on, identifying wherever there is a peak and drawing a straight line on the main chart and on the RSI, and then just using divergence. Are they going in the opposite? Are they going in the opposite direction? Yeah. Where would I enter? Okay. Okay. I'll keep. Right. It's a little bit difficult, but if you're accurate with it, you will always benefit from the divergence. So, in summary, what I was saying is, for crash, as soon as price reaches as soon as the market reaches the price of the previous peak and the RSI is in a downtrend, then the spike is coming, right? And then for boom, as soon as market reaches the price of the previous peak and the RSI is still in an uptrend, then the spike is also coming. That is the summary of this, right? Alright guys, remember, if this is helping you, kindly click the subscribe button and notification bell, and also like the video. Alright, until next time.